What's up, beautiful people? Today is February 25th. Here's your daily energy report. We have Venus now today that has moved into Pisces. Now, Venus in Pisces is a very, very good place for it to be. And it's coming into its sextile with Uranus as well. Whenever Venus and Uranus are in aspect to each other, especially a positive aspect like this, there's one side of the story where it can bring us into this place of just wanting to escape. Like escapism is really, really big right now. This is like this is like where we just want to, it's almost like, we have a lot of shadow work going on, right? We have a lot of this, like, stuff coming up, and we may get attached to the healing process. I mean, we may be attached to the healing process regardless in a certain way, but this is going to enhance that. It's going to be like, we just want to feel good. I just want to feel sexy. I just want to feel abundant. I want to feel luxury around me, and this could draw us to some very unique and interesting places within ourselves and out in the world where, we get drawn to these things that it's almost like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go out and party tonight when, you have big responsibilities the next day, or you have a new project going on that you really need to focus on. Like, well, ask yourself, what do you really want? And when you ask yourself what you really want right now, it could be, well, I really want to just feel good. I just need a break. I'm tired. Or, like I'm really just ready to just chill the fuck out and have fun or enjoy life. And of course, enjoying life is important. It's really, life is meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant to be a struggle, right? But there's a place in the middle that we can find that that is pleasurable, but still responsible. Okay. So this is where we have to look at, like, okay, what we're going into. Is it going to improve my life, or is it going to be like a good positive thing that we're, experiencing or, going into, or is it going to distract? Is it going to escape? Is it going to bring us away from our mission? It's like there's the tides are shifting a little bit to where it's been very tumultuous. And now it's like opening up to where, okay, the tumultuousness is subsiding a bit, but now we have this choice where we can choose to just kind of go off the deep end of seeking pleasure, of seeking escape, right? This can be really, especially involving like drugs and alcohol and substances. Excuse me. I just did some rapé and it's still going through me. So what I'm seeing is that, like, okay, people are wanting to come together more right now, and like coming together, for a common purpose of doing something good is, where we want to be at. It's not like, everybody coming together and then just not being responsible. It's like our inner child wants to come out, but that inner child can just want to say, like, fuck responsibility, fuck, all the rest of this shit. I just want to feel free, right? But we also have Mercury and Jupiter, coming. They're only 3 degrees apart now, and Mercury's speeding up. Okay, so Mercury conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius is bringing like the cerebral energy, big, but it's also connecting dots, closing out these areas, these parts of our lives where we're seeing where we're getting our own way. There's a lot of potential self-sabotaging energy right now, but there's also a lot of opportunity to really step into this new place. So how I'm doing this, okay, just as a personal example, so that maybe you guys can take my example and apply it to your own life, is that I'm connecting with the people in my life that I trust, that I know are good for me, and that are also on the same page vibrationally. Like they want the same things. I'm seeing a lot of people having a lot of issues regarding money, and a lot of people that are having issues regarding like not being clear on what their purpose is. Like at one point we had this very clear understanding of what we want to create, of what our purpose is. Now it's, everything's changing so much. We see the vision. Like Aquarius is about the big vision, right? It's about humanity, what we want to do, in regards to our mission for humanity. But we don't really see all the details, and the vision right now can be really big and really like, yeah, let's just have fun and feel good and love each other and You know, like a lot of the younger generation, right? Like people between, like I say, 20 and 35, you know, they're like the relationship dynamics are changing. That's the Pluto generation. This new Pluto in Scorpio generation is more all about like free love and polyamory and getting more into like just exploring, you know, the body and sexuality in this new fringe kind of way, which I think is a good thing. But it's being tainted by all these belief systems of gender roles and of, you know, understanding what our place is in this world as a man or a woman or non-binary or you know, to me personally, and you know, I'm the most open-minded dude that you'll ever meet, right? But I feel like this whole gender role thing, it confuses biology, the biochemistry in our consciousness. That like, well, what do we like? Human beings, we need structure. Right now, we don't want to be based in a fear-based structure, but we want to be in a place where we know like sort of who we are, as far as like, are we are we living in our divine version of our divine masculine, divine feminine, or are we living in the dysfunctional version of the divine masculine? Okay. And this all happens to do with how open we are to receiving messages from our heart. And it all comes back, always comes back to what our soul is calling us to do. But our ego can make it confused. And right now with this energy, because we're coming into this new identity, you know, our ego is coming back online, so to speak, in a very strong way. So we have to watch our desires. It's, you know, like, take a step back and don't react to the impulsiveness of that desire, and make sure that we're staying on key. Venus is going to be in Pisces for a while. This is a very good place. I you know, like don't get it twisted. Like Venus in Pisces is a very good place. We just have to make sure that we're holding down our discipline and holding ourselves and allowing ourselves to be held accountable in all these different directions and all these different ways that we're going. Okay. You know, Saturn is now at 8 degrees, so it's out of the same degree as Uranus. So now that foundation is wanting to be set at a deeper level in a new way. Okay, so that's and you know, and now we have Neptune back at 20 degrees. So being in the third decan, you know, this can be like delusions of grandeur. Right. This can be like, this is the media still being very like, I mean, fuck, I don't even watch the media anymore. It's absolutely beyond ridiculous now. So I want to remind you guys, okay, that the North and South node, all right, is where our destiny is pulling us right now. And Jupiter and Mercury are trine the North node and sextile the South node. So we're feeling called to move into our future, and we're also feeling called to let go of the past. But if we're staying connected to the South node too much, which is the mainstream media, which is the world stage, okay, that manipulates the subconscious mind. It's all mind control, guys. So, you know, it's good to detach from that South node kind of energy. It's back. I think it's kind of critical to detach, because that South node energy is can pull us into this place of delusion and confusion. And suddenly we wake up one day, we're like, what the fuck, man? Where am I? What's going on? Why is this not happening? Okay. Like, so how are you escaping in your life? Ask yourself that right now, because that escapism desire or pull is going to feel like destiny, but it's not. That's the ego desire. It's like, I've had enough, man. Like I'm done. I don't want to keep pushing in this direction. Okay. And this is also where we, you know, like, as long as we're facing our fears, as long as we're facing these things within us, you know, we're going to be having a lot of massive opportunities here in the next 2 months, because all the planets are direct, right? It's going to be wild on the world stage for sure, as we really move into this next phase. But if we stay focused on, you know, like, think of the higher vibration of pleasure, right? Like, what's like longer term pleasure is having a stable foundation. But well, Uranus in Taurus is going to kind of keep our foundation semi unstable for a while. So we have to get used to that feeling of that Uranian energy of expecting the unexpected and being ready for change and being ready for things to move in directions that we don't really know, adapt, you know, improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's how this is going to work. Okay. But if you have an opportunity that makes you need to step into your fear, step into it. If you have an opportunity to escape, okay. If you're going to, escape a little bit, ask yourself why you're doing that. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me at the same time. Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. I appreciate it so very much. And don't forget, guess the, not guess, or identify, connect with the vibration of this background. Okay. And you can win a free reading with me. Also, astrology readings are still 30% off, and you can join the amazing opportunity community. We meet every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific, and you can download my free ebook on my website, Decrypting the Language of the Human Body, and it'll help you understand, especially with Uranus and Taurus right now. Uranus to Taurus represents a physical body, it represents our value system, so it'll help you understand, where you're growing in your value system and where your values are being tested, ethics and morals are being shifted, raising the vibration in that area, and then grounding it, solidifying it back into the Saturnian energy that's in Aquarius of this new community-based humanitarian kind of age. All right. So thank you guys very much. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next report. Aho.